Our soundtrack. Take two. That's for my book 101 review. Okay, hi, I'm Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Abstract Cafe, where ideas take shape, thought finds out, and every conversation explores the art of thinking beyond the obvious. And today I have my special guest. She is home expert, interior designer, and real estate agent. No other than Miss Erica Kalkofen.
Hi, Daniel. Thank you so much for having me on.
Welcome, welcome, Miss Erica on Abstract Essay. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
Absolutely. So, I'm Erica Kalkofen. I'm a remodeling designer based in Colorado, and I have been doing remodeling design for about 22 years now. And I absolutely love transforming people's homes into a place that they love that fits and complements their lifestyle.
Yes, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. Amaze. I think we have a glitch. Yes, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom, Miss Erica. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And today let's talk about design for resale, strategic renovations that actually increased home value. So, what is the single most common renovation homeowners undertake that they believe will increase value, but not appraisers the buyers consistently discount or ignore?
Oh my gosh, what a great question to lead off our conversation today, Daniel. I would say that the most common item that homeowners improve that that appraisers don't see and buyers take for granted is the wall color, the wall paint.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if a homeowner has used some really vibrant colors that complement their lifestyle, but in looking for a new buyer for their home, neutralizing the wall color is absolutely the biggest improvement that appraisers are not going to see, but buyers are absolutely going to notice.
Definitely. The over personalization trap. At what point does a unique custom design feature shift from being a premium selling point to being a costly liability that narrows from your buyer's pool?
Yes, I think when you get over personalized in a home that you are trying to sell, and I'm all for personalizing your home to fit your lifestyle. But I have seen design traps where they've used some custom wood treatment on the walls, or it's live timber, or I've seen a live green wall before in a house, and not all buyers are willing to take on the risk of accepting that particular over personalization on their home or in their
Mm-hmm.
home. Yes.
Miss Erica, how do you navigate the difference between what might impress an appraiser for refinance versus what
Oh,
would,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
how?
that's a great question. So appraisers are really going to be looking at a couple things. And again, I'm not an appraiser, I'm a realtor and a designer. But what I can tell you from my experience with appraisers, they're looking for complete, finished, nicely done bathrooms,
Yes.
kitchens, flooring, making sure that all the drywall is in place, that the house is absolutely functional and how you want to present it to the public.
Functional, people, functional. Natural does not have a mean boring. What are the specific paint colors, material palettes, or finish style that read as quality blank canvas to the broadest range of the buyers this 2026?
Oh my gosh. Sherwin Williams just came out with their 2026 color palette, and it is so beautiful and so soothing. And
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes we will see the design trends mirror what people want to feel. So in this case, it's very soothing. It's a lot of rich, deep colors as well as neutral colors, so that you're creating a palette for buyers to come in and really appreciate the work, the thoughtful design work that you've done. And you're able to, as a seller, present your home in such a way that buyers don't have a lot of work to do to the home in order to move in immediately.
Miss Erica, which renovations have the highest emotional impact on buyers, creating
Uh,
that I can see myself here feeling that directly translate into
right.
stronger offers?
I would say there's two key major renovations that have the most emotional impact. One is the kitchen, which is the
Mm,
hub of the house. It needs to flow well, it needs to have lots of countertop space, it needs to have newer appliances. The second is the master bathroom. I'm sorry, the primary bathroom, where people are going to spend a large portion of their time, and they have, countertop room and storage and updated fixtures, and it looks and feels very inviting.
feels inviting. I like that. Once
Right?
you enter to the room, it's so cool, awesome, and please do stay at home. I like that. So, Miss Erica, when advising a client, what are the key local market data points you analyze first to decide if a kitchen is overhaul is worth it versus a primary bath update?
Right. When we are looking at a kitchen update versus a primary bath update versus putting the house on the market, one of the key things that we're looking at is the age of the home. So if the
Mm,
home is from 1984, 1994, 2004, maybe even 2014, those kitchens might be ripe for an update, a glow up, or a complete renovation. The same thing goes for the primary suite. It really needs to feel fresh and clean and welcoming.
mm, fresh and welcoming. The cost versus value report blind spot, Miss Erica. The annual industry reports give averages. In what specific scenarios should a homeowner in a premium neighborhood deliberately exceed the recommend spend for a project to maximize value?
So the cost versus value report by Case Shiller is a really, really interesting report. And I use that as a guideline. It is not specific to each market. Each market will have different labor costs and different materials costs, depending upon not only where they're located, if they're in a larger city or in a more rural location, but it also has to go to how does that kitchen, let's just use the kitchen in our example, how does that kitchen function? If the layout does not work for the house or the family or your lifestyle as a buyer, you can pour all the money you want to in there and it's not going to make a difference. If, however, the seller takes a moment to actually reconsider the layout, the cabinets, the appliances, the materials that are used in order to complement that kitchen with the rest of the house, then yes, by all means, I highly encourage spending more than the cost value report, that is typically a recommendation for different areas and things like that.
Ms. Erica, let's talk about the exterior first impressions multiplier. Curb appeal is everything, right? So, what is the most underrated $5,000 exterior upgrade that is the biggest positive impact on perceive value before a buyer even steps inside?
Oh, what a great question, because so many people are looking for a low cost, high value, direct impact on a house that they're going to be listing. The number
Hmm.
one thing that I would recommend is shrubbery and the yard. Clean it up, trim it back, take it out, make it look super open, welcoming, and inviting.
Yes, welcoming and inviting people. Trim all the grass. Make it uniform.
Mhm. Yeah, along with that, a lot of people leave like the juniper hedges or something that is blocking the patio or the decking area. And personally, those need to be trimmed back or removed in order to really showcase the entryway for the home.
The kitchen and the bath hierarchy. In a strict budget scenario, where should every dollar be prioritized within a kitchen renovation? Is it the cabinets versus counters or versus appliances to signal the maximum value?
Oh my gosh. That is like such a matrix of item and value and usage and flexibility. And what it really boils down to is each family's usage of that particular space. So, for instance, I would say absolutely appliances need to be the first investment on that list. And they don't necessarily need to be super expensive or over the top appliances, but they need to be fresh and clean and new and functional, and what a buyer is looking at to come into that house. The second item on that list would be, gosh, it's almost a tie between cabinets and countertops, right?
Yes.
Uh, and then the third thing I would say would be flooring and tile backsplash. So that's how I would rate that. But such a great question.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Erica. And the flow factor. How do you strategically reconfigure a choppy or awkward floor plan without bearing the cost of full structural overhaul to create that coveted open field buyers pay for?
We see this a lot in homes that have been built in like the 1940s, the 1950s, even in the 1970s. And so many people request and really love that open floor concept. There's a couple ways that we can achieve that without completely overhauling uh, their house before a sale. One is that we remove half a wall. For instance, if there's a bar height countertop to the rest of the kitchen, we actually level that out so that there's more viewing distance between the ceiling and the countertop. The second way is that we create an open niche in a wall that allows people from the kitchen to look into another room. Or to from that other room to look into the kitchen. The third way that we do that is with strategic placing of lighting. If we can properly light a kitchen well, meaning with can lights, under cabinet lights, maybe some medium lighting like a table lamp or something like that, then we're able to create the openness, the bright feeling where people eh, don't necessarily get hung up on the awkward layout.
Yes, interesting, Miss Erica. The lighting and the tech sweet spot. What are the must have a smart home features and lighting upgrades that are now considered standard for premium listing, and which ones we still see in expensive gimmicks?
Oh gosh. Okay, so first of all, would be a must-have would be the smart home thermostats.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we tend to use a lot from the Nest company, but definitely people want to be able to control their home temperature from their smartphone. The second thing would be the water sensors underneath a sink base. So, underneath where you have a lavatory or a kitchen sink, um, there's often water sensors in case there's a leak or a water pipe burst or what have you. That gets fed directly to your smart phone as well. A gimmick item would be to be able to turn on your Christmas lights from your phone, but it is kind of cool. I'm just saying.
Definitely Christmas light.
Right?
Give you more bucks. That'd be awesome, Miss Erica. So the permitting advantage. Thus taking the time and expense to pull proper permits for renovations tangibly increased value during a sales, or it's just a CYA move. Do buyers and agents actually check?
It's actually both. So one, and I speak specifically in Colorado, in the Denver metro area. So from my experience, one, it is required, especially if you do major renovations. But check with your local planning and zoning office for your local requirements. Um, so one, yes, it's required. Two, it's a good CYA. And three, it really gives security to a buyer that they know the work has been done up to code and on par and has been approved by a professional.
Interesting, Miss Erica. The luxury material threshold. Where is the line between the premium material like quartz or ultra luxury one like exotic marble that may not see as a return? Is it a different for counters versus flooring?
Mhm. Once I'm working on a project that becomes part of the ultra luxury category, um, it is not a matter of price anymore. It's a matter of what do I want? How much is it? Great, let's do that.
Mm.
When price is removed as a barrier to making a decision, it really comes down to personal preference. The second item with that is when you're looking at the ultra luxury property. Let's say we're getting ready to list an ultra luxury property. Any improvements that we do to the home to make it even better for a listing, let's say paint or countertops or flooring or what have you, it has to match the level of the home. So yes, we're going to put it, if we put in new flooring, we're going to put in a really luxury grade wood or engineered wood. The next step down would be probably a luxury vinyl planking. There are all, in all of those categories, there's such a huge range of price and materials and things like that. But it has to match the home and it has to match the neighborhood and it has to match the price that the seller wants to put it on the market for.
Yes, definitely. So the niche room question. How should you handle dated or oddly specific rooms? That is subset of buyers might love, but it could turn off the majority.
Uh, Personal spaces within a home have to be delicately handled. One, because often a seller is living in the home when the house is listed. So there's two options for that. One, that room is not shown. End of story. Second, the room is transformed into a livable space that is neutral, that it has some cue cards to indicate how the space could be used, or um, or even have that room staged so that buyers can see how a room could be used.
Okay, so the bathroom spa illusion, Miss Erica, illusion. What are the key elements to create a high-end spa-like feel in a primary bathroom without the cost of a full god job? Is it the shower, fixture, or vanity lighting, or something else?
One, lighting. So having both appropriate lighting on your face to, apply makeup or shave or do whatever you need to. The second thing is having the ceiling lights, the layered lighting, so that you can create some ambiance in a bathroom. Excuse me. The third thing in a bathroom to make it cozy is to simplify, simplify, simplify. So there are people who prefer a little bit more patterned or fuller shower curtain, simplifying that to a simple white waffle weave or a white curtain, simplifying the towels to a solid color, uh, really creating that luxury feel through the materials that they can control: the towels, the shower curtain, the rugs, the lighting.
Mm, yes. And of course, the flooring final answer, Miss Erica. In the internal debate, what is the current winner for the best resale value? Refinished original hardwoods or high quality LVP or engineered wood? Does it vary by price point?
Oh yes, oh my gosh. Yes, it varies by price point. However, what I find buyers are looking for these days is a floor that's going to be resilient to life.
Mm,
That, in and of itself, says that luxury vinyl planking is going to be the winner in most cases. The second winner in that would be a high quality, highly impervious natural wood floor, let's say a walnut or an oak, even some of the iPay or tiger wood. And then the third option would be an engineered wood floor. Again, it comes into owner preference, the cost of the home, and what the seller is trying to list the home for.
hmm. So, the outdoor living ROI, Miss Erica, which outdoor renovation, a deck, a patio, or a landscape garden typically offers the best return in your market or in the market. How do you design it to feel like an extension of home living space?
Oh my gosh. I love my patio and I love spending time on there. So this is a great
Hmm.
question. I would say first of all, if you have a cement patio and there's any cracks or raising or heaving, get that cement fixed first. That would be absolutely number one on the list. The second thing for improving the landscaping or outdoor living is again to make sure the hedges are trimmed, the grass is mown. If there's bare spots, then either consider sodding it or repairing the areas that need to be repairing. And then third, provide an idea for how that outdoor living space could be used, either with some chairs, a fire pit if it's appropriate for your area, um, a seating area, a table, an outdoor eating space. Really allow buyers to see themselves in that space, and make it again clean and welcoming. And I think that would do a great job in increasing that outdoor value space. For instance, on my patio, I first put down a rug and then a side table and then a chair grouping. And then I have a little itty bitty fire pit. But there's plenty of room for everybody to walk. And then I lit it with amazing overhead cafe lights. And it just makes it nice and cozy out there now.
Yes. Well, cozy patio, not patio people, okay? Patio, okay? Next time I know how to pronounce it, it's patio. So when does
Yeah.
finishing a basement actually add legitimate square footage value versus just creating a
Mhm.
nice bonus space that a pricer might not heavily factor?
Great question. One would be, how is that basement space used? For
Mm-hmm.
instance, are there doors to walk outside? If so, then yes, finishing a basement with a walkout door situation would absolutely be worth the investment. The second thing would be, consider what that basement is currently, meaning when you're getting ready to list it. Is it cement? And if it is it clean and not weird with just old things on it? Second, are the walls, are they insulated and drywalled? If they're not, that's not an issue. But again, we want to make it look like somebody could come in and create a finished space from that basement area. There are a tremendous amount of things you can do with a basement area, everything from a library to um, to a kid's playroom, to a bar area, to, football watching, to, a quiet space. There's so many things to keep in mind. Uh, but the primary thing is whether or not it allows people to flow outside. If it does, then it does make sense to finish off that basement. And when I say finish off, that means the walls are insulated and drywalled and painted, and that the floors are not concrete, but they have a finished floor over them.
Yes, that'd be awesome, Miss Erica. But before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, but I cannot move my. Okay, I can move now. Please do listen to my other podcast, Abstract Essay, in its sixth season, people. Abstract Poetry in third season. A Mop Book 101 review in its sixth season as well. Comedy 101 third season. And Mob Food 101 in sixth season as well. Geography 101 Love Letters. Movie 101 review. Music 101 in a fourth season, Science 101, Sex 101, and third season, and My Baby Podcast, Trivia 101, Law 101, Mental Health 101, Motivation 101, Entrepreneurship 101, and of course, Bible Verses 101. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Erica, if a seller has only 2 weeks and limited budget for before listing, what are the three most strategic cosmetic fixes you always recommend they tackle first?
Oh my gosh, this is my favorite question of all.
Mhm.
So first, declutter and empty the house and garage. Second,
Okay.
clean the entire house and garage. And third, I would say at that point, um, make sure that on all the bedrooms and the beds and things like that, the fabrics are clean and ready for people to see. So declutter, clean, and tidy.
Declutter, clean, and tidy. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Miss Erica. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your business, or whatever projects that you're doing right now? Please go, Miss Erica.
Um, I would say you can find me at getyourhometoday.com, and I am so looking forward to helping more people with their projects.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Erica Kalkofen because if you support her for sure, more and more empowering
You
buying
got
will
it.
rise. Yes. I have one more question, Miss Erica, before I will let you go. What is your non negotiable principle for any renovation intended for resale? The thing you must keep front of mind from the first sketch to the final point touch up.
People need to be kind.
Mm. Okay, people, be kind. For sure, your house will be blessed more. Or
You got it.
the
You got
house
it.
that you will buy. So,
Yep.
Miss Erica, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a great day now, hon.
Modcom people, see you soon.